Well, that's more like it, isn't it? I said before that the Montreal Canadiens cannot win games that are goal-scoring fests. I specifically said they don't win games 6-5 or 5-3. They win their games 1-0 or 3-2 or 3-1. They won the first game in this series against Winnipeg 5-3. Okay, there's the contradiction there. But Game 2 gets back to familiar territory as the Montreal Canadiens defeat the Winnipeg Jets in Game 2, taking a 2-0 series lead with a score of 1-0 in this game. And man, I was really intrigued as to how the Jets and the Canadiens would both play in this one. Because ever since the Mark Scheifele suspension, I was kind of thinking, how exactly are the Jets going to respond? They don't have Paul Stastny anymore. He might be back in the next game, though. They don't have Scheifele anymore. So right away, those are two of your best players, the two top centers on this team, taken out. So you're going to have guys like Jansen Harkins coming into the lineup. You have these younger players that are depth pieces stepping in. How are you guys going to respond to the loss of two of your most talented forwards? And quite frankly, I'm going to say this right here. I don't think the Jets played a very good game. I know it's easy to say that. They got shut out 1-0. But, when you have a team that ends up losing what is one of their most talented players in a way that was so violent, in a way that caused so much disturbance for the Canadiens, and in a way that you would expect the Canadiens to come out and bounce back from. You would expect the Winnipeg Jets to come out with a certain level of energy, wouldn't you? You have two of your guys, they're out of the lineup here, you're down 1-0 in the series, and Montreal is probably super hungry because you guys took out Jake Evans on his birthday. Would it not be reasonable to assume that the Jets would come out with a whole bunch of heart because they kind of need it at this point? Well, that's not really what happened here. The Jets, it's easy to say because they got shut out, but they just really didn't play well here. Granted, Carey Price was good too, but the Winnipeg Jets weren't making it difficult for him to do his job. Ultimately, this one's 1-0 Montreal. The shots on goal 30-24 for the Jets, although a good chunk of those shots came towards the end of the game and in the third period. And the rest of the frame, it was honestly kind of a boring game. I'm not gonna lie, Montreal was playing their game in the most comfortable way possible. We know what the Canadiens are able to do when it comes to devising strategies against top-heavy offensive powerhouses. The Canadian strategy just relies on their own physicality and their own shutdown ability. Against Toronto, it was easy. Okay, let's just collapse inwards, wait for Toronto to mess up, we'll take it back, come down for a scoring chance, we'll shoot it. If it goes in, okay, great, but if it doesn't, we'll just do the same strategy again. We'll collapse inwards and rinse and repeat. You saw this strategy work wonders in Game 7 against Toronto, where the goals they scored were, Brendan Gallagher just taking whatever it is that he is given and shooting it and scoring it 5-hole on Jack Campbell. Okay, that was the kind of game plan that Montreal had, and it's the kind of game plan that is carried over into this Winnipeg series, so much to the point that they've now won 5 straight games. This one was 1-0, and even though it wasn't the most exciting game to watch, it's still a result that Montreal fans are going to be craving for. It's 2-0 against Winnipeg in the second round. Dude, I'm watching Colorado-Vegas right here on my TV screen as I'm recording this video, and I'm just thinking, with the pace that these two teams, Colorado and Vegas, are playing at, with the talent and the puck movement and the pristine offensive capabilities of all these guys out here, I'm kind of thinking, okay, what's going to happen if Montreal or Winnipeg plays any one of these teams? It's going to be an extremely different style of game. And so, getting into this 1-0 Montreal-Winnipeg game, there are a few things I want to talk about. I don't want to go in a chronological kind of order and talking about each of the scoring chances because, quite frankly, the ones that are worth talking about kind of need to be collected into individual thoughts. So, the only goal of this game is Tyler Toffoli. It's on a Winnipeg power play. Yeah, it's a shorthanded goal where Tyler Toffoli does what Tyler Toffoli does best. It's an interception in the defensive zone. Weber sends the pass up to Toffoli. He comes down and he's just going. He's not even really going. He's just okay, I'm just gonna go. He's pretty slow. And I think a lot of people have noticed that about Tyler Toffoli. I've been one of the guys who's been talking about him for a while because he was with Vancouver, but he's not really the fastest guy out there. He's not really the guy who's going to come in, dangle your pants off, shoot, snipe, Stelly like that. He's just the kind of guy who's just, you give the goals to. He comes in, he's a finisher. But hey, he comes in on this play, slow as molasses, slowing down into the offensive zone. He takes his time, he toe drags it by Kyle Connor, whom he notices coming off of his left. And then, while he's still looking at the puck, trying to control it, he just comes in with a shot. He doesn't even look at the net, he just shoots it forward, and it goes in. Wow, what a shot by Tyler Toffoli. It's 1-0 Montreal, 2 minutes into the second period, and that's it. That's the only goal that comes out of this game. Now, the other scoring chances I wanted to talk about here, Eric Staal, bro. Oh my gosh, Eric Staal had 2 breakaways in the second period, and he got 0 shots in total. The first one, he's coming in slow as molasses as well. He decides to spin around at the faceoff circle, try to send a centering pass for the man on the far side. Instead, the play gets blown down because Carey Price gets taken out with an illegal hit. And eventually, Montreal goes on their only power play of the game, that in which they don't convert. At the end of the second period, with like 20 seconds left, Eric Staal gets another breakaway, and guess what? He tries the shot this time. It goes over the goal. It boggles my mind, bro. How do you get 2 breakaways and end off with 0 shots? It should have been like 2-0 at the end of the second if it was anybody else other than Staal in that break. Okay, I don't want to say it like that. It was not guaranteed. If anybody else was out there, they would have scored. But man, at the very least, I think anybody else would have gotten a shot, eh? I know Eric Staal scored in Game 1. I know I was kind of praising Eric Staal in the previous game, but man, it's not even like this guy was all too great tonight either. They had a stat where he was like 1 for 9 in the faceoff circle against Andrew Kopp of all people. And then after they said that, Andrew Kopp got taken out of the faceoff circle. Christian Vesalainen, who's not even a center, comes in, and he wins the draw against Staal too. This guy just wasn't really all that great. I don't want to harp on Eric Staal the entire video, but the guy was out here with a 21% face-off percentage, and even though the Canadiens won, it's just still really interesting how this guy had 2 breakaways, 0 shots, and it didn't really look like he did all too much anyway. Other than that, though, the Canadiens had a few 2-on-1s in the third period as well, where they were going by really slowly. First, it's Paul Byron. He's got a man on the left side. He has his head looking to the left the entire time as he slowly slithers his way to the net with the puck, and then he kind of tries to slide it 5-hole. Easy save for Connor Hellebuyck. Nice. The next one, it's Nick Suzuki. He comes in slow as molasses as well. He shoots it. Easy save by Connor Hellebuyck. Okay, I don't want to make it seem like it was like easy, but it didn't really look like he had to exude an incredible amount of effort to make those stops. Those 2 segments were honestly kind of indicative of the entire game for Montreal-Winnipeg here. Not a lot of speed, not a lot of high-octane offense, just a lot of get the puck to the net, creep in over the blue line, shut down the guy defensively. It wasn't really that energetic here, and Carey Price gets the shutout because of it. Again, great for him getting the shutout, but I don't want to make it seem like this was the most difficult one he has ever had to face. Winnipeg was just completely out of it this game. And good on Montreal for going out there, getting the win with Winnipeg in this state, going up 2-0. They just need 2 more games. Mark Scheifele is out for 3. So, if the Winnipeg Jets can win 2 of their next 3, they could potentially get rid of this Winnipeg team and not even have to see a single second of Mark Scheifele for the rest of this series. Now, the possibility does exist that Winnipeg just comes alive again and does their thing, and then they win 3 or 4 in a row, and Mark Scheifele comes back and whatever it is. But the Jets are not really strangers to falling off hard like this, They had so many stints in the regular season where they just completely stopped showing up, especially towards the end of the season. You saw the big losing streak they had and the entire meltdown that was occurring from Winnipeg Jets fans that you were seeing there. It's kind of interesting how this happens a ton, and we're seeing it again in the worst possible time. Remember that stat from La Presse? The fact that the most previous Game 7 winners who play Game 4 winners in the next round usually win most of the time, putting the odds here in favor of the Montreal Canadiens if you're trying to use this rule to predict this series. Man, it's 2-0 now. Who would have thunk it? But for next game, I'll leave you with this. For the Jets, they really need to come back out here with some energy and some actual offensive cohesion in the next few games if they even want a chance of beating Carey Price. They did that 3 times in Game 1. They had no motivation to go out there and try to do that here tonight. For the Montreal Canadiens, you guys just got to keep on playing your game. Collapse inwards, shut down the offensive play from the opponents, and go out there and capitalize on whatever chances you get. I'll leave you with that there. Okay, talk to me in the comments what you thought about this game over here. 1-0 shutout for the Canadiens against Winnipeg. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.